Hi guys, Artiar here. So if you're playing Etheria Restart and you feel like you are stuck in the game, you don't know how to you don't know how to progress your account, it is totally normal, right? So whether it's a boss that can't die or your whole team just get wiped out instantly, I've seen this pop up a lot. Alright, so I have a few things that might actually help you. I hope it actually help you. So in this video, I'll be showing exactly what I always check when I get stuck in specific content. So in this video, I'll be showing exactly what I always check when I stuck in specific content. I'll be always checking what should I need to do now or what should I tune for the next thing. Alright, so let's get into it. The first thing I'll be going through is the shell system. Shell system is what makes me play this game. To be honest, like shell system is what makes me feel like the game is fun. So I have been grinding shell. From my previous video, I'll be also mentioning that grinding shell is the best thing to start with, because shells is your basic and the biggest boost you can actually get in the game. So why would I say so? So if we compare with level system, I won't say level is bad. Level obviously is going to be good. It will help you to raise your star. It will increase some stats. Right, but leveling a unit is not the biggest upgrade you can actually get. So let's say my Ziada here. Alright, so if I level up my Ziada, okay, I level up one level now, I upgrade. Alright, so I get a little bit of improvement. It's a very minimal upgrade. So the stats increase from the level is not that massive unless you're actually trying to start up. Okay, but why leveling is not the main issue, because you're gonna start with the ascension mat as well, which is the shadow print, to actually increase the star. So shell system is where your biggest upgrade is. Shells give you extra stats. It give you, like for example, this max shell, the epic one, it gives you 296 more attack, give you more HP, defense, and most importantly, it gives you speed. And further that, it will give you additional bonus and also passive effect. Okay, so most of the time I'll be using the unique shell at the moment, which is a purple one, and then now I'm able to grind the Fabian, which is the yellow shell as well now, but I won't really recommend you to go max out the yellow shell unless it's a black flag. This is good because it gives you speed up and also give you turn meter boost, but let's go with that later. So now let's talk about just the unique shell itself. So the unique shell here, what I always do is I will max out my unique shell, because this is the unique shell will be carrying me, will be accompanying me until when I reach until mythical shell. Okay, so for example, this one here, star, it gives me CD reduction, it gives me advanced turn meter as well. So everyone start from turn meter 0%, while I have this shell, I start from 10%. Okay, then I also get passive here. Healing done, because I'm using Linglord. I reroll some of the passive for healing and also give her a little bit of HP. And then let's say for my Marvel, for example, I'm going with the CD reduction as well. I'm going with turn meter extra, and then here also give you additional module matrix module set. It gives me 3 speed and 3 defense, and I reroll for a little bit of attack and speed. Okay, why rerolling passive on unique rarity is still doing okay is because the reroll on this rarity, it only requires you training data. Every 5,000 training data you can reroll one time. It is totally okay. It's not something you will waste because it will help you in the long run. So I have a faster speed in my Marvel to actually outspeed specific PvE content to let me take my action first and a little bit of attack. So it can be built in a lot of ways. So let's say this shell here, I'm going a little bit with crit rate, so building my crit rate is easier, and also attack percentage. This attack percentage is instantly a very big boost for you. And not to mention, for example, Tamomo Doji is giving me extra 600 attack and another 10% crit rate. So you want to mess around with the shell. You want to play around with the shell and make sure play around with the shell with the set effect that you need. So let's say Ziada is the one that I'm using for my blue DPS, because I don't get Rimoka, I don't get Rosa, so she's my only best bet for me to grind Doki Doki. So this is a DPS set I'm going with, but the reason why I can go for a 12 set of Onslaught and 4 set of Harvest is because my shell here providing me additional 2 Onslaught and additional 2 Harvest in order to let me fulfill the set bonus. Okay, so if you are stuck, you notice that your DPS is doing not enough DPS, then you go for the shell, mess around with the shell, try to reroll some passive, only reroll the passive when it's at unique. Okay, because if you're using the yellow one, so let's say I'm using Twilight. Twilight is on this guy, so let me show you on this. So let's say I actually want to reroll his passive here. It's very expensive, and don't do that. It's because whenever you reroll the shell epic above, it will require you additional requirement, which is the reconfig chip. You want to save this reconfig chip for the yellow shell instead of the reconfig chip for the red color shell, the mythical shell, and you don't want to waste it on yellow because you replace the yellow one soon when you get the mythical shell. So you just use whatever passive you have. So very lucky, my Twilight Knight, I got Onslaught and Harvest here, while I'm getting 60 attack increase and crit rate 9%. This is a very good start, but you don't want to reroll on the epic one, just reroll on the unique one. Alright, the unique one is just 5,000. You see how many training data I have. Just spend the 5,000 to reroll a little bit is totally fine. Okay, so a few more examples. My Grey here is going a little bit of defense and speed. I can keep on continue rerolling for the speed as well, but I don't find a usage for now because I can outspeed them. Okay, then about the shell, you also want to take a look at their skill. So for example, the white guild here, after you awaken, right? So originally the white guild, this shell here, it will only provide you DOT damage, debuff extension and a little bit of damage. But if you want to check, you can go check out Pridewind's website. They also mention all the awakening skill as well. So after you awakening it, it gives you additional effect accuracy by 15%. So like for example, this one here will be so good on my Grey, or it will be so good on my Kraken as well, because a little bit of accuracy for them will help you changes the CC format. Alright, so this is the shell system. You want to mess around with the shell, you want to play around with the shell combo, the skill that are going to benefit on them, and also the stats. The stats actually play a big role. It's a massive role. For example, Didi here, right? You see my attack 1091, but without this shell here, if I switch this shell to another shell, that let's say this panda here, my attack dropped down by around 100 something. And 100 something is a very big changes compared to the level system. So play around with the shell. I always play around with the shell effect, the set effect combined with the shell, and also the passive on the shell. So this is the first thing I'll check. Then the second one will be your GP outpost, which is your Prowess material. So GP outpost here is also one of the best way for you to get a massive stats. So let's say I invested a lot on Lian. I'm going to reset her anyway because I'm going to do the mission for Lian, and then I'll reset Lian with the reset event. So with the Prowess here, it will give you a lot of stats. For example, my Lian can get additional speed, I can get additional 1000 HP, 5% HP, all this thing here. Like if I skill up this one, then the next skill I can get 5% attack. GP outpost, the Prowess way is actually the best way for you to get stats. Other than Shell, Shell is the first thing I want to mess around, right? Mix and match the module set, the matrix effect, the passive effect. After that, Prowess is like a bread and butter to get extra stat. So if I notice that my Lian doesn't do enough damage, probably can go for this one. So let's say for my Grey, for example, I notice that I want my Grey to actually do more damage, so I can go for this one as well. So if I want to grind, I can grind more. The evolution lattice here for the epic one is actually will come in easy, so you don't have to worry about it, as long as you invested on the SR character that is actually strong. Okay, so I can grind this, I can increase the multiplier, then the next tier I can get additional 10% attack. It's so juicy here, so if you really want to upgrade, you're going to spend your stamina a little bit on the GP outpost grind as well, but you don't really want to grind too much because you want to actually like wait for it to unlock more to have a better drop rate. Alright, but if you're really stuck, then you go grind for the GP outpost, and also probably you guys will also have it. With your consumable here, you should actually have this supply pack as well. Not as many as I have because I bought some packs, but with the supply pack here, you are able to get through event method. You've forgotten to open them. That is also a good way for you to get the material to increase their ascension. I call it ascension, right? Then the next one will be your team order and your skill order. So your team building, right, is play a big role. For example, from my threshold here, I'm currently grinding Doki Doki Nightmare 1. Even if 1 star is fine, the star only matters how fast you grind and how many multi you can do. So if for example my 1 star here, I can only do 5 multi, 2 star is 8 multi, 3 star is 10 multi. So I can play the game offline. I can just let it like multi aside, then I just go offline. When I come back, it will complete the battle. So even 1 star for me is good. So for Toromation, for example, I'm grinding Nightmare 1 currently. So how did I grind Nightmare 1? So first thing, you're gonna understand how the boss does. For example, we know that this boss, when he kills you, he will start doing some follow-up damage to actually kill you. Like when Termination attack, the survival hand will perform a follow-up attack, and the attacking hand deals substantial damage. So you do really want them to actually kill your team, and then Termination and the hand are immune to all control effects. So you know that this boss here, you can't control it. So my team build here is more about DPS, and then the team order here actually matters. So let me switch back my equipment back to my Lien, because now I'm currently grinding Doki Doki. My equipment is putting on Ziada. So let me finish the multi. Oh, another thing is I'm sharing one set. So let's say this is my current best DPS set I can have. So let's say if I want to go for Lien, then I'll just like, I have the preset here. I'm just gonna move the whole thing to Lien, so I don't have to build like 2 best DPS set other than like Diana here. They have like their sub DPS set that's not really that good. It's more focused on effect accuracy. Then my Lien here is more focused on their DPS. Alright, so let's say I'm gonna grind this one. I already know that how the boss does, and skill order matters. So alright, so as I mentioned, turn orders matters, right? So I want Marvel to take the action first, to apply the resist down, and then I want Freya to buff up my team and also apply the attack up for my team, and then I want Diana to apply the debuff on the boss, and then I have Lien here to do DPS and Ting here to do DPS. So now let's take a look. Marvel will take the action first, apply speed down and resist down to them. Alright, then Freya to buff up my team, and then apply Nightmare debuff to the boss. We have the resist down on the boss, so it's easier for us to land debuff. Then we have Diana here to apply more debuff. So you can see now the boss here have a lot of different debuff. The boss here has speed down, resist down, and then because of resist down, all the debuff here is easier to land. So we have like Nightmare, we have defend down, we have vulnerable, we have erosion. So after all the debuff from Diana, then my Lien here will only start nuking, because you want all the debuff to land already. Then Lien only start nuking the boss. Damn, a lot of damage. Then Ting here will be single target to help me kill one of the hand. Then do some damage to the boss. Then Freya defend up my team. So my team here will be tankier. Ting here, single target damage and kill the boss. So 32 seconds to clear this team, but it's all about your tune order, right? You gotta know that how your team works. So for example, I know that my Marvel want to land resist down, so I build him very high accuracy to land the resist down, and also focus on his S3 to increase multiplier and also the turn meter down to make the boss not taking the turn so fast. So I know what am I doing for the team, so that's very important to actually understand how you clear the boss. Alright, so if you want to know about like the bossing clear team that I'm using, you can also comment down and let me know as well. Probably I'll make another video focusing on the bosses that is currently. Then the other one is side mission. Alright, so if you already finish everything that you can consume with your stamina, for example, my stamina cap is already maxed now, probably time to time, if you have the time to play, like I know tomorrow I'm busy, then probably I can use some mental stabilizer to spend some stamina to play now. So depends on you. Then the other thing, what if you already can't do anything in the game, because the game needs stamina to play, right? So you can go for your side mission, like for example Shell Story, your Cubic game. You get some bonus like reward here, play it one by one. All this content doesn't need stamina. Like for example this one I haven't played as well, the side mission here, you can go challenge it and get a lot of currency here. And then your team challenge is also free, you don't need any stamina. Just try to beat your totals higher, you can get extra reward here as well. And then your union boss here doesn't require your stamina as well. You can just play around with and see what kind of team you can build the best if you have the time and if you still want to continue play. So just solve the side mission you have currently that you already unlock. Then basically that's all. If after all this thing here, you still can't farm specific content, then you just continue grind back your shell, or grind more module, or grind more GP outposts to get higher stats for your unit. Alright, so the only thing my previous video also mentioned, don't grind the EXP, because when you're grinding all this kind of content, you're gonna get EXP for the unit anyway, so don't waste your stamina on EXP. I would say the more valuable one is the shell drop and the Prowess material, in my opinion. Alright, so basically that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this video actually helped you guys out with your team building or help you unstuck it. Or if you have any idea or any video you would like to see in the future, you can also let me know. If I have the time, I will help you. I will make a video on it. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is GenMP, SPVCEJVMQ, Trendcan, thank you so much for your support. And also special thanks for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwalks, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Cragran, Calamity, Rocco Standions, Jordan Alons. Special thanks for your support. And also special thanks for the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ, RY, and X, Reeds. Thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.